Hi, Jane. I'm so glad you could make it in today.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Doing okay.
Okay, well, I know last time we talked a little bit how you had moved out into the city and that you and your boyfriend and your children and that you're feeling kind of lonely and depressed. Has that gotten any different?
No, still kind of stressed. The kids are really stressing me out. My son got in trouble at school again, and yeah, it's just been one of those crazy weeks.
Okay. Do you want to talk a little bit more about that stress that your kids are kind of having on you?
I mean, it's just every day. I have the little one at home with me, so that keeps my hands full. And then my older son, he's 10. He's kind of a troublemaker, so he stresses me out a lot.
Okay. And are you still feeling those feelings of like loneliness and depression? How's that going?
I'd say it's still, not any better. I still, find myself feeling pretty. I mean, yeah, I have my son at home with me, but kind of isolated from other adults because I feel like I'm in like kid land.
Yeah, and I know you talked about last time how you really appreciated your boyfriend, but that he was gone a lot.
Yeah, it's been hard because he has to work downstate, and I only see him like on the weekends. So.
Right. And how do you feel about your relationship?
It's good. It's like he's great with the kids. We do fight, of course, like everybody else, but I think it's good. I mean, I just wish we could spend more time together.
And do you think that those fights are stemming some of your depression, or is that coming from something unrelated?
Well, I think I guess I spend all week looking forward to seeing him on weekends, and then, I guess sometimes he's tired, and, so it's just, it'd be nice if we could get out of the house, or I guess maybe I have high expectations and then I get disappointed afterwards.
Right. So let me know if this is correct, but so you're staying at home all week with the kids and running around and just craving that adult interaction, and he's off somewhere working the whole time, so when he comes home he's kind of expecting to relax and maybe sleep and get that recover time, and you are kind of waiting at the door for him like, hey, let's talk, let's hang out.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. And I know last time we talked a little bit how you could develop some coping strategies for this loneliness and this depression that you were feeling. And you brought up sometimes you have a glass of wine at night. Or two. And that is kind of helping you cope with that stress. Is that still something that's going on?
Yeah, I mean, it's just something to look forward to at the end of the day when the kids are in bed, and it kind of helps me, stop, my mind racing. So.
And have you explored maybe any other coping strategies in the past?
I mean, not really. I know my sister's always telling me to like exercise, and it's cold out and it's late. What am I going to do? Jog down a dirt road?
Right.
I can't get to the gym, and I don't know. I'm not very. I don't know. Everything anybody's ever suggested to me, it's not really something that I can see myself doing.
Okay.
And glass of wine is right over in the fridge. So.
Yeah. That's more accessible than gym membership where you can't necessarily get to it.
Yeah, it's easier. I guess.
And we didn't really talk about this last time, but this loneliness and this depression that you're feeling, is this the first time something like this has happened, or has there been situations in the past where you felt like this?
I mean, I definitely think that I've been, low before. I mean, I think now it's getting to the point where it's really starting to bother me because I think it might be affecting the kids, you know, because I think they sometimes notice when I'm not in a, good mood. So.
And have you sought treatment for the times that you're feeling low in the past?
No, I've never before.
So this is really kind of alarming you, these feelings that you're having now, because you're worried about your kids and how they might be noticing or, maybe taking on some of those traits themselves.
I mean, I hope not. I mean, my sister's really been encouraging me to come in to talk to somebody because she does. And she says, oh, it's great. It helps her a lot. So I figured, I'd give it a shot too.
That's good. That's great. And so I know you mentioned last time your relationship with your sister. Do you guys still have a pretty strong relationship?
Yep, we're really we're really close. I mean, I don't get to see her that often since she lives far away, but I talk to her almost every day.
Okay. And do you feel like that helps you, or how does that make you feel every time you guys talk?
I mean, she'll give me advice, and sometimes I want it, other times it's annoying, I guess, but she's always there to talk, so it's, if I'm feeling, really upset, I can call her and, just get distracted for a little bit.
And that's a really good resource to have, to be able to have that support behind you. And it sounds like, you have your boyfriend that, he might not always be physically there, but it sounds like you guys have a good relationship.
I think so.
Is there anything else you wanted to talk about this session?
Well, I guess one thing that's really been just irking me lately is I'm having trouble understanding, like, my son, I tell him to do something and he just won't listen to me, and he's just, he's always getting in trouble at school, and then I have to go to these parent-teacher conferences, and then I don't want them to think that I'm a bad mom, but, he's just a crazy little kid. I don't know what to do with him half the time. But, I mean, it's like, it's just me at home, so, kind of.
So it seems like a lot of your stress is stemming from dealing with, specifically one of your children.
Yes.
And then worried about what that might say about you, about your image.
Yeah.
And what kind of mom you are.
I'd like to see somebody else, see if they can get him to sit down and be quiet or do his homework or clean his room.
So do you kind of want to go over, I know last time we talked about coping strategies. So I didn't know if you wanted to brainstorm some things that we might be able to do.
Sure. Yeah. Other than what I've been doing, I mean, it's obviously not working that well.
Right. And so I know you talked about how you had felt low in the past. Are there things that you did in those situations that kind of helped bring you out of that slump?
I mean, I try, I usually relax with my glass of wine, and I'll, like, try to find a quiet spot in the house and read. Okay. So, I mean, just, like, kind of escaping into a book. I mean, I did before, but it's just hard to find quiet in my house most of the time.
Okay. And so can we maybe write down that maybe reading your book and maybe designating a quiet spot in your house that maybe the kids are even aware of.
We could try that.
And that way, when you need your quiet space, that it's there for you to come back to. And then I know you said you had your sister as support. Would you be interested in maybe finding other avenues of support system, and maybe specifically, helping you deal with your kid?
Yeah. I mean, I'm always open to advice.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who are feeling this way sometimes benefit from support groups.
Okay.
And so I know I have a few options, maybe people who are dealing, moms dealing with children, that might be an option for you.
Okay.
I can give you some information on that, and you can look it over and let me know what you think next session.
Okay.
And we can talk about that.
Sure.
Okay, it looks like we're running out of time. Did you want to talk about anything else?
No, I'm good.
Okay, well, I'll see you same time next week.
Yeah.
Okay, bye, Jane. Oh, what's your password?
It's complicated.
Good job.